after a, let's just say, exciting Super Bowl 56, the Los Angeles Rams have returned or are victorious. And there's a lot of things you can take away from it. But I feel like one thing that's going to be lost in this is, obviously, we know Cooper Kupp played amazing down the stretch. I think it just exemplifies when the game's on the line, you give the ball to your best player, and we'll get into that in a second. But I feel like a storyline that is going to be lost is obviously Aaron Donald. We'll get a touch on that. But most importantly, I think like the biggest thing has to be the takeaway is Matt Stafford and the way the man knew it was on the line and pulled it off to help the Rams win the Super Bowl. And I need to start by saying my wife, my beautiful wife, did mention that she was pulling for the Rams. We went over to a friend's house and watched the Super Bowl, and it was a fantastic time. I hung out with their family and dog and cat. It was amazing. Loved it. I loved every second of it. But I do have to say I did root for the Bengals, so I was wrong. That's the biggest thing I guess I'm probably going to have to admit to. But for me, I think there's a lot of storylines you can take away. And I think the main one is you have to take away is that Matt Stafford pulled it out. He pulled it off, 100%. Obviously, it wasn't pretty. There were times that it looked like the Rams were going to run away with it right from the start, but then obviously Joe Burrow and the Bengals were able to run the football very effectively with Joe Mixon, which the Rams weren't able to do pretty much all night. I think obviously Cooper Kupp was able to do some amazing things with that sweep. I mean, that was a great call by Sean McVay. But this was what you would call, I think this was a classic Super Bowl. And honestly, I was very appreciative of everything that went on in it. But I think a lot of respect has to be given to Matt Stafford. Obviously they were down. I can't even think of what it was, 20-16 or whatever it was, with a couple minutes left. And Matt Stafford had an opportunity to do what every quarterback dreams of. 2 minutes left, Super Bowl on the line, go win the game. That's exactly what Matt Stafford did. Now, again, I want to say that Cooper Kupp and his heroics, 3 penalties on the Bengals, they got to be better in that situation. We got to, if we're not lying, the Bengals got away with one with that, that T. Higgins touchdown that Jalen Ramsey, he kind of grabbed his face mask, but we'll leave that for another day. But I feel like the biggest thing that Cooper Kupp did was battle through adversity. That shot he took in the end zone, that was scary. But he battled back, caught the game-winning touchdown pass, and put the Rams in a prime seat. That's Cooper Kupp's bit. I support him winning the MVP because if without him, they don't get that first down to extend that drive. They don't get that touchdown late in the game to win it. But Aaron Donald also deserves a lot of credit here. You see a guy that's been with the team for a while, a couple of seasons, for I think his entire career, if I'm not mistaken. And you see a guy that's just, every time he's on the field, he just leaves it all out. That's the kind of player you want to draft. That's the kind of player you want leading your defense. And when the chips were down, when it was put up or shut up time, 23-20, 40 seconds left, he made the game-saving play, the game-sealing play that you expect your defensive leader to make. Not only did he do it in the NFC Championship game, he did it here too on the biggest stage when his team needed him the most. Obviously, I've finished the night with a couple of sacks, but this was a big night for Aaron Donald. And then I think, again, the first message is when the game's on the line, you call the play that gets your best player the football when the game is on the line. But also, defense wins championships. Obviously, I think there was a lot that defensively the Rams did well. Also, the Bengals did well. But, that play by Aaron Donald at the end there, that was amazing. That's what I'm so excited to watch this America's game, like this version of it with Aaron Donald and all those boys. This was everything you wanted it to be. Especially, it's the storybook ending. The Rams come out firing. Bengals kind of get away with one to start out the third quarter, but the Rams able to overcome some offensive troubles, not being able to run the football. Leaning on Cooper Kupp. That's probably going to be a line in that America's game. Leaning on their best player or leaning on a guy, Cooper Kupp, who came back and made the game-winning touchdown play. So, overall, The things I think the biggest things to take away are, number one, when the game's on the line, and also the Bengals did that too with that nice pass that Burrow made to Jamar Chase at the end there. When the game's on the line, you get your best player of the football and let them do their thing. Also, defense wins championships, evident by Aaron Donald making that game-sealing play in. Man, what a powerful performance. I was moved to tears by his interview. And I think a lot of people forget, this may seem like a game to a lot of people, but these guys sacrifice everything. They give everything. They leave it all on the field. If a guy like Aaron Donald, they'll leave it all out on the field. And that's all you can ask from a guy. And to see him get his first Super Bowl, I'm really happy for him. But overall, I think the Rams, they also had one final message, in that Matt Stafford was the answer. I said a year ago, you guys can look back, we said that the Los Angeles Rams were Super Bowl contenders. They were absolutely Super Bowl contenders, and especially with the addition of Matt Stafford. And he delivered. So I think, again, the biggest thing is, obviously, yes, Cooper Kupp deserved Super Bowl MVP. I think there could be an argument made for Aaron Donald as well, but I stick by Cooper Kupp. I get it. But overall, Matt Stafford pulled it out for the Rams. Congratulations to them and the fans. They get to enjoy this one. That was a heck of a game. But let us know what your guys' reaction of the Super Bowl was. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think, once again, of the Rams' big-time win in Super Bowl 56 over the Cincinnati Bengals.